Welcome back to the Sage Audio channel. Today we'll discuss how to master instrumentals for selling beats online. We'll show some of the plugins that you can use, discuss some of the main differences between traditional mastering and mastering beats, and listen to some examples. So if you could, like, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for the full video. But first, if you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample of it. So step 1 is going to be to use mid-side subtractive equalization. For the first insert, I'm going to attenuate aspects of the beat that I don't want. This is going to depend on the beat itself, but there are some settings that are going to work well for just about all mixes. First, I'm going to attenuate the sub-frequencies on the side image by using a mid-side equalizer. I'll cut up to about 100 Hz, and this is going to keep the low frequencies mono and the kick and bass driving. Then I'm going to attenuate 2 kHz with a bell filter by about 1.5 to 2 dB. I'll use a stereo setting to make this cut on both the mid and side image. This will carve out some room for the vocal that will eventually be recorded over the beat. This way, whenever someone raps or sings over the instrumentation won't compete with the vocal. Let's take a listen to it. For my next insert, I'm going to use saturation. Saturation will simultaneously compress the signal and distort it in a desirable way. This way, dynamics are controlled and the overall perceivability of the instrumentation is increased. I like to use the FabFilter Saturn II for this and use a preset called the Tube. I'll then change things around to suit whatever it is I'm working on. So if you have this plugin, I'd recommend trying this preset out. If not, feel free to use a different saturator. If you're in need of one, a good free saturator is the BPB saturator, which emulates both tube and tape distortion. One thing to keep in mind is that you don't want to make your distortion too distinct or unique, since vocals will need to be recorded over the instrumental. If the instrumental has a tone that's hard to match, it might be difficult to get the vocal to sit naturally within the track. Let's take a listen to saturation being used on an instrumental. For my third insert, I'm going to use low-level compression. What I want to do is increase the level of the quieter aspects of the master. I'll use Boost by Ursa DSP to do this. With it, I can maximize the signal as well as bring some of the quieter aspects forward with the focus slider. Also, I can control how much amplification occurs, which is really useful when you're mastering. Lastly, I can utilize the punch function to expand some of the transients, which is particularly helpful when you're mastering an instrumental or beat. Now, if you need a low-level compressor, try OTT, which is free and works really well when used conservatively. Let's take a listen to low-level compression being used on an instrumental. Step 4 is mid-side additive equalization. So next up, I want to amplify any aspects of the overall signal that I like. Additionally, I want to expand the stereo image, so I'll use a mid-side equalizer to make this happen. Typically, I enjoy boosting the side image's low mid and high frequency range. By boosting the low mids of the side image, I give the instrumentation more body and a fuller, more impressive sound. By increasing the high frequency range, I add clarity to the instrumental without introducing any unwanted harshness. This way, the hi-hats and some of the effects like the reverb or any delay will get augmented and made more apparent to the listener. If your equalizer allows for it, try switching between zero latency, natural latency, and linear phase to see which one sounds the best for the particular instrumentation that you're working on. Let's take a listen to this effect and pay particular attention to how the stereo image is expanded. Last up, I'm going to use mid-side compression and limiting. I'm going to use a mid-side limiter and maximizer to both increase the level of the signal and to carve out a little more room for the vocal. For this, I'll use the Weiss MM1. If I select the wide setting, you'll notice that the metering changes. Instead of compressing the left and right channels somewhat equally, one channel is attenuated more so than the other. The one that's being attenuated is the mid channel. This means that whenever the mid channel is being compressed, the side channel is retaining its volume. As a result, the side channel becomes louder in comparison. This is important for an instrumental master since the vocals will mainly sit in the mid or center image. By compressing the mid image whenever the beat or track's mid channel gets too loud, we're ensuring that there will be enough dynamic range for the vocal. Let's take a listen to how mid-side limiting affects the beat differently than stereo limiting. So these are our thoughts on how to master instrumentals for selling beats online, but what do you think? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out and it's the best way to stay up to date on all the videos that we release. Lastly, if you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.